Check, check, check. We're back up. Back up and active. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It was fun riding around, shooting and stuff. It was cool, but I got home at like 5 o'clock. I for like 2 hours. I was exhausted. Being in the sun all day. Other than that, we got some good stuff. We had a couple people mic'd up. That was good. I'm not sure how much we'll be able to do. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Denzel and Marquise, and then the coordinators.
I was rude. What's going on?
They're all in good shape. That's what's probably the problem.
It's on fire. Wow. I haven't gotten ice back yet, but I don't feel it tonight. I feel it tomorrow.
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Okay.
I
Anything
can do something
non-urgent?
non-urgent if we need it. If not, please still send me some pictures and I will make up next time. It'd be like last year when I transcribed all of like 16 minutes of David Bell at Rookie Minicamp and you were like, you're the MVP.
Yes.
At least a 15-minute long interview. It's like no one needed it was paid. Like everyone talked the same day, so everyone's worried about like paid.
I don't win.
Any reason you could.
Somebody texted a video about that. There was a waiting man. The power.
I did not do any commentary on golf.
I did. Dave had the best. Dave had a fucking yes.
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. Look, it needed something horrible.
All my replies were like, people read their like this
I think he did with the long drive. Check 1 2. Check. What's up?
You do this podium, I'll do this podium.
Can do.
And then we'll swap.
Yeah, we can swap later.
This way we can get everything.
I'm assuming Gibbs said he tried to get the coordinators to come here.
Okay. So I'll
I
leave
will,
coordinators to you. I'll get. This way we have
we got it.
everything.
No, that's fine.
That's
I'm
why,
down for
because
it.
I need it turned around real fast
Yeah.
for me, so I can get transcripts and stuff
Not
like
a
that
problem.
going, so.
I can do that.
So we'll do this. You'll do this one. I'll do this one.
That sounds good to me.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you get to show off that speed a little bit today, huh?
Man, blessing for real. We starting?
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, I just want to give all honors to God. Thankful for the opportunity to be here. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns.
So, again, you got to show off that speed a little bit today on a couple of deep balls. I mean, what's that connection like with Deshaun on those?
Connection was elite today, man. Just grateful for the opportunity. Deshaun is electric. You see that arm? He got God's arm for sure.
We were trying to decide on that last one. Were you in? Did you get the feed in?
What did the ref say?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Hey, I just seen the ref doing this, so I think I was in.
There you
But
go.
Hey, Marquise, you're over 30 years old now. How much speed have you lost since your prime as an athlete?
I think I'm pretty much in my prime, so I don't think I lost any speed. It's kind of like fine wine. You just get better with time.
How do you do that?
Taking care of my body, doing little things, spending time with my family, being intentional with my time and my habits. And, it's definitely working out. Got another opportunity to play football this year. I'm blessed.
What are some of the little things you think have helped you kind of be able to maintain your speed and some of your strengths and improve on them even as you get older?
Strengths or things that I've felt that have helped me maintain my speed, training in the off-season, going hard on the track. I'm a track and field athlete, 2012 Olympian for people who don't know. So that's a huge background of mine. I love spending time on the track. In the off-season, I volunteer with the Texas track team. I volunteer coach, so I spend a lot of time out there.
How do you look at this as an opportunity with a new team?
Another opportunity just to stack some wins, man. Build a culture here that is about winning and create a change. After making the playoffs a few years ago, headed right back on the way up. So just trying to do my part, do my job.
What did you run at in the Olympics? When you were Olympian?
Long jump. That's my specialty event. For anybody that doesn't know what long jump is, you basically take a sprint all the way about 45 meters to the board. You can't jump over the board. It has to be behind the board. You jump as far as you can. It's measured from your furthest point back to the front of the board.
And what was your best?
27 feet 9 inches, 8.45 meters.
Marquise, what was developing your connection with Deshaun? What has that been like so far for you, and what's that process like for you as a receiver, getting to work with a new quarterback and kind of learn each other's tendencies?
It's really humbling to work with somebody as elite as Deshaun. I don't really have to guess or wonder if is he going to throw it far enough? Is he going to throw it? I look in the air and I'm like, dang, I got to run. So when you have somebody who is as dedicated and as focused and as experienced as he is, elite, it just makes my job easier. All I have to do is run.
Kind of off that, Marquise, what is the biggest thing about those deep balls? Is it knowing where, like when Watson releases it, like what is the biggest thing that you guys need to get on the same page, just strictly on the deep passes?
Running.
Just the running.
And making the play, catching. Just being at the right place at the right time and making the catch. That's the most important part that I feel like people lose sight on. Yeah, I can run a route. I can do whatever. I can make the DB fall. But if I drop the ball, it was for no reason. So got to catch the ball.
How much was the Deshaun factor impacting your decision to come here?
Huge factor. I mean, we have the same agent. I've thrown with him before. I just haven't been a free agent at the time and at the right time to be able to try to mesh it up and play with him. So this worked out. I mean, it was a great opportunity. It couldn't be any better.
Does it seem like 11 years have passed since you were an Olympian?
Nah, that's crazy to think. Yeah, it has been 11 years. Dang, you aging me, man.
So it doesn't seem like that much time has passed?
It doesn't really. I mean, because I'm always in season. I go from football to track to football. Even since I've been in the NFL, my first 3 or 4 years I was crossing between the two, and then 2016 or 2015 and 16 I did as well, and then 2020. So it's kind of like I get lost in time.
Did Deshaun do any recruiting to get you here?
He didn't have to. His talent and his leadership, it speaks for itself. So you see these chills? You can't fake energy, right? That's real talk.
So going back to the long jump, when we talk to track guys, it's always like the 100, the 200, the sprinters. But how does that kind of help your speed that you have to, like you said, you got to build up that speed and then make the jump. How does that help you kind of help your speed, I guess?
So I want you to run and jump at half speed, see how far you go, then run and jump at full speed. You have to be fast to jump far. And it correlates by me being able to put my foot down hard and break off of a route. At long jump, I'm running full speed, and I have to transition and put my foot down. So I'm training these muscles the same way, the start and stop, and which is huge in football.
Marquise, to like kind of maintain both of these sports the way you have and excel, at football and still doing your track stuff. Like, what about you as a person? Like, I mean, it takes a special person to be able to do that. So, what about you has allowed you to, kind of maintain both those sports the way you have?
Thank you for asking. I got a sister who has never walked a day in her life. She was born with cerebral palsy. I am 10 months older than she is, and that's my motivation. If I'd be doing her a disservice if I were to not go and maximize in my sport ability. Like if I'm not out running, and if I'm not out jumping, if I'm not out catching footballs, and I'm just sitting around being lazy or complaining, then I'm doing her a disservice. A quick story, I woke up one day in the middle of the night, probably 3:30, 4 in the morning, and I just hear somebody in the room. And I go around the corner, I'm listening, and my sister's like, God, just please, please. And I just hear her saying, please, please. I'm like, what? She's like, please just let me feel what it feels like to walk. I just want my feet to touch the ground. You hear that? You ain't gonna be motivated? Come on.
What is her name?
Deja, D-E-J-A.
When did that happen?
That was in probably middle school. I was in middle school at the time, and over the course of time, I've heard it a couple years. And so when I got drafted by the Bills, my third year, she came and lived with me. So did my brother. My brother helped take care of her. And one day, I picked her up to walk in front of the mirror. And she was like, no, I was showing her a picture on my phone. I'm like, who is this? She was like, that's Mama. And I'm like, no, who is this? It was a picture of her. She didn't know. And I'm like, how you not know who this is? And she's like, I don't know. So she was like, I don't see myself. She don't see herself in the mirror. She can't walk. I bought a big-ass mirror, put it up, and I picked her up, and I'm just weeping. I'm bawling because my sister is, at the time, like 25 and had never seen herself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So it adds perspective for me. I have no excuses. I'm humbled to be here. I'm super grateful.
What's your brother's name, too? And is it just the
Ricky.
three of you?
No, I'm the oldest of 12. Ricky, R-I-C-K-E-Y.
Oldest of 12?
Yeah.
How old is the youngest?
13. Journey. It's my baby. She like my daughter.
Marquise, at what point when you were young did you realize that you had the capability of being super fast?
Racing in the neighborhood, just racing people, grown people, whoever wanted to race for money. I was very motivated by that because I grew up in an impoverished neighborhood, so you throw some dollars out, we gonna get it, I'm gonna win it. And that's just always been a part of my hustle.
How early in your life did you start doing that?
I was 7 when I started racing, and then I got into organized sports when I turned 9. Been running and playing football ever since.
When was the last time you did a long jump?
Did a long jump, I think my celebration last year versus the LA Chargers.
Huh. So did you win the state championship in high school?
I have the high school national record.
And all right, we're going to make this our last one.
You got your own motivation, but you got your coaches out here talking you through things. What is it like to have that? How impactful can that be to your game when they're out there holding you guys accountable, getting you, coaching you through it?
It's always great to have a coach, somebody you can lean on, somebody that is not afraid to help you grow. And I think it's essential in sports because a lot of people have egos and we feel like we've arrived sometimes. So a coach kind of helps facilitate you keeping you hungry. And I love it. Shout out to CO.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Much respect, my brother.
Hey, my dog had that white suit on.
Yeah, I said I'm going to do short sleeve sets.
You got it on? You got it on?
I appreciate it.
Murph, we good?
Well, what was that transition like? I mean, we talked to you when you first got here, but it's like be out on the field here in a new spot, coming from a former player. Like, what's that like to run a practice as a former player?
It's been a great experience to this point to be back on the field that I played on. Great group to work with. Everyone has been very welcoming with open arms in every department, staff, coaching staff. The players have been receptive to everything we're trying to do to this point, and excited about moving forward.
Kevin was telling us that they'll show some old clips of you sometimes playing. How do players react to that when they see, especially with that hair?
Yeah, I mean, here and there I'll show some stuff, and it's good to kind of like, revert back to, how the game used to be played and the number of changes that have gone on, especially with the kickoff, as I'm sure I'm going to hear some questions on. So, yeah, it's been good.
So, I mean, let's just do it. What do you think of the new kickoff rule, and how do you think it affects your guys' approach?
Honestly, I don't know how it's going to end up playing out. I think that there's a number of ways that it could be, that it could go. I don't see us using it quite that much. But, I think everyone will have their little take on it. So I think, it'll be kind of like see how it goes. Once we see how the role is clearly defined, I'm assuming that's going to be done in a few weeks, because there's some things that go with that. Not every kickoff is from the 35-yard line. There's a penalty. There's, you move the ball up to the 50. Then how is that going to be officiated? So I think there's a number of things that we'll have to explore and mess around with to get a feel for the play.
So when you say you're not sure if you guys are going to use it, do you mean like in the return game you want guys to return the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of players want to use a fair catch, nor do coaches. So I feel confident in our group to this point. I know we've got a lot of good returners. We've got depth at, and all those ball handlers on the roster. So, my mentality would be to return first. But, we'll explore every option that we have with it. There's a lot of situational things that play into effect as well. So just kind of play it by ear.
Do you think the kickoff will always be a part of football? Or do you envision the day when maybe it's not?
I couldn't imagine a game starting without a kickoff. You get to the Super Bowl. Could you imagine the Super Bowl starting without a kick? It'd be like, what are we watching? This isn't even football. Like, to me, I think the rule is kind of silly, to be honest. But, it is what it is.
Did you get to offer any feedback or anything?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the coordinators were against it. The players are against it. But supposedly there's data. We see a cut-up of the concussions that happened on kickoff. Me personally, do I agree that all those concussions are a result of how the play is? No, I completely disagree on that, actually. Do I feel like that play is safe? I do feel like that play is a safe play. I don't feel like it's a dangerous play. You're not allowed to have a wedge in the back end. There's not high-end collisions in the back end anymore. The double teams in the front eight are safe. I don't think that that's an unsafe play. I truly don't.
Hey, Bubba, so many times on kickoffs, when they are returned, that there's holding, but on the other side of the field. That doesn't affect the return. How can you decrease those type penalties?
The amount of penalties? Honestly, I think that, penalties are, to me, a lot of penalties in the kicking game are a result of decision-making and poor technique. So if you have better footwork, better technique in your drop, good drop angles for the return, and then you're obviously enforcing to your players how the game needs to be played and how the game is being officiated, I think you'll have a better understanding and have a better feel for how the game needs to be played, and there's, in turn, hopefully less penalties, I would say.
Well, to the kickoffs, so we talked about the kickoff return, but a lot of teams, they like kicking it to the 1 or to the 2, so that way you force the return, you don't get the touchback. Now,
Sure.
With that fair catch, how do you approach it from a kickoff standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, how confident you feel in your personnel on both sides of the ball, how confident you feel in your personnel matched up against the team you're going against. There's times where you're going to want to force returns and you feel like you have a really good matchup. Weather plays a factor in all those decisions as well. So, every play is different, every game is different, every situation is different, and things change as the game goes along. And I think that the way that you're calling the game is really dictated based off of all the situations that can come about.
A lot of people brought up the XFL, where they do the 10 yards, they can't move until they kick it. Have you seen it? If so, do you think that would be something that's viable?
I've seen it. I think it's kind of gimmicky, to be honest. I don't like changing the game. I don't like taking the game how it's been for the last however many years and just changing the game completely. I think that the more things you take away from the game, it's going to lose its everything, you turn on a football game, you want to see the ball being kicked off. Like, it's just basic stuff to me.
So now that you've been around Cade a little bit, what have you learned about him?
Cade,
Yeah.
great kid, hard worker, very in tune with his mechanics, and almost too in tune at times, I would say. So trying to get him to just kind of make everything simple, make the corrections fast, and apply them to the next kick. We're working through some things now. Operation's been pretty solid to this point. We'll have a team field goal period next Wednesday. So you guys will get to see him kick in that setting there.
Well, as a special teams coordinator, a lot of the guys you're working with are really young, the new guys too. For you as a coach, how do you balance, being tough and holding them accountable, and also like trying to figure out what their ceiling is and teach them up and maybe have some grace at sometimes too? Yeah, Kevin had a good portion of our team meeting today talking about accountability and doing whatever it takes to help the team win, regardless of what role you end up playing for the team. So I think it's really getting those young players to buy into that accountability factor and really do whatever it takes to win.
When you were watching Cade last year,
Say that again.
I assume that you watched film of
Yes.
kicking last
Uh-huh.
year. Did you see that that he was thinking too much, or I don't know if that's the right way to phrase it, but did you see, because he only made 75% of his kicks, did you see something that caused that?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I would say this. So every player, every season, every situation is different, especially for a rookie. You come into, and you're not kicking in an easy environment. The crowd, obviously, the weather conditions, just being at a different level overall. I think that a lot of things factor into it. I think he's done a good job, and he's learned from a lot of his mishaps from last year and where he needs to be corrected on. So I think that having that understanding, yeah, obviously you see some things on film that you want to be able to correct, and I think that's what we're trying to do right now.
Is it weird being back here at all?
Is it weird being back?
Have you had that moment where you're like,
You know what? It is a little bit. It is a little bit, especially because now I'm on the other side of it. I'm a coach now, not a player. But like I said, there's a lot of familiar faces. A lot of, like Murph with the media, Brad Mellon in equipment, Joe Sheehan, Gordon, all those guys. Obviously, Mr. Haslam had purchased the team in my last season here, so had some familiarity with him and had actually talked to him a little bit, as we had played them when I was in New England and when I was in Indy, like pregame and things like that. So, no, it's exciting to be back. It does feel a little funny at times, just because I've been other places since I've been here. Really, 3 other places, because I played in San Fran, then coached in New England, and then obviously coached in Indy the last 5 years. So, but no, I'm excited for the opportunity for sure.
Could this kickoff thing go as far as like determining guys 52 and 53 making or not making the roster?
I mean, the special teams are really, those are the guys that, the back end of the roster, those are the decisions every training camp. So I think, yeah, I mean, it would definitely play a factor into it. Are you saying specifically with the fair catch thing?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's not gonna dictate how we build the roster from here on out. I wouldn't think. I can't imagine anything would change to this point.
Do you miss the long hair?
Do I miss the long hair? The reason I got rid of it, honestly, was because it was too hard to maintain as a coach. Not as much time and not as much free time. But I could still grow it out. I just I get a little impatient when it starts to get a little too long.
That's how we remember you.
Well, hopefully I can put some good memories in your head with the short hair too.
Sure you will. All right, everybody good?
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate it.
thanks, scouting report on most teams at all?
We got Denzel over here too.
At least initially, how much of a difference is it for you guys as defensive backs in Jim's system compared to what you've been running with Joe?
Yeah, it's a little different systems, but similarities within the same. So just learning a new playbook right now and getting a hold of that. But definitely have its differences, but definitely also got its similarities though.
Denzel, how different is Schwartz during practice than maybe what you experienced with Joe Woods? Because there's things I think we see as individuals watching practice that seems a little different.
Yeah, I don't want to compare and contrast too much, but he's a great coach. I'm looking forward to learning his system some more and continuing to run it and running up against the offense with his system though. So looking forward to it.
What's it like when you guys are out there and you're hearing him, holding you guys accountable, getting you guys fired up? What's that like as a player out there?
Yeah, that's good. That's what we need. We need to be coached up, whether that's in a hard way or not. I mean, it's good criticism. Guys got to be out here knowing what they're supposed to do and doing our job, and he's making sure that he's holding us to that standard.
Denzel, I know it was just a couple plays with OTAs, but I did see you in the slot a little with Craig and MJ on the outside. Could we expect maybe a little more slot out of you?
Oh yeah. So you definitely expect me inside, outside, wherever. So just trying to be anywhere I can to make plays and help this team out.
What's that like to have, like, obviously with MJ having the great year that he did, we know how good Greg is, and obviously you to have the three of you and really be able to blanket some guys out there?
Yeah, that's huge. Just guys having the versatility to play different positions, whether that's corner, nickel, or safety, and just being able to move guys around, create matchups against the offense. I think it'll be helpful for us this year.
What does Juan Thornhill bring to the secondary?
Versatility. I mean, he's able to play the post. He's able to come down into the box or in cover. So he brings that versatility, leadership to the team.
Denzel, when you see the additions that have been made with up front, obviously that helps you guys in the back. So it's Darius Smith, Obo to go along with Miles, Calvin in the middle. I mean, how excited does that make you in the back end?
Yeah, it's very exciting. But at the end of the day, we all got to do our job. So we got to make sure that we're helping those guys up front and locking our guys down on the back end. So, I mean, we work together, but definitely excited about those guys on the front and looking forward to getting everybody together and competing going against offenses.
Denzel, why did you guys go down to Puerto Rico with some of the offensive guys and sort of what did you get out of that trip?
Yeah, it was just to build camaraderie, just a time to get away a little bit. The rookies and everything were here, so we're just trying to continue to build that relationship with the team and just have a good time, get away. Still do a little football out there, but still just have a good time, like I said.
Denzel, you mentioned it's good to be post up, course hard. Do you think that was maybe lacking during last season?
Say that again?
I said you mentioned it's good to be coach hard sometimes right now. Do you think that was lacking last season?
No, I don't think it was that was lacking last year. I mean, coaches got on us last year the same way they did this year. But like I said, it's a good thing to have that criticism or have that opportunity to be coached up and know what you're supposed to do.
There were some communication breakdowns last year, Denzel, and we asked Juan about that because it's hard to say, hey, here's a new guy, fix all these communication problems with the safety. But is that something you guys have even talked about, or is that in the past or moving forward?
Yeah, we talked about it, but I think with this new system that coach is bringing in, it's kind of take out all those if, ands, and kind of those questionings. So you pretty much, you know what you're doing, and you just go do it. You don't have to read too much out there.
Would you say that's the biggest difference? I know you want to compare and contrast, but is that one of the biggest difference between last year and this year? Is last year there were a lot of checks, a lot of things. This year it's you're doing your job. This is what you do.
Yeah, I would say so.
Denzel, saw you inside quite a bit today. Like, going to be see more of that as the season goes on?
Yeah, you can definitely see that. So I may be inside, outside, safety. So wherever I can to be to make a play and help this team out.
At this stage of your career, you enjoy that? It's kind of expanding your horizons.
Yeah, I just want to be out there on the field and best play to make a play. That's what I'm trying. My focus is lock my man down and out there to make plays. So wherever I'm at, I'm cool.
Do you like the idea of maybe possibly following a guy around all game, like Jamar Chase or something?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'm here to help this team win. So wherever the coach got lined up for me, I'm ready to take it on.
Denzel, Jim Schwartz just said that he likes to stand in the middle of the field, and part of the reason is he likes you guys to feel his presence. Do you get that out of him? Do you feel this kind of guy looking over everything you guys do?
Yeah, I do, and I like that. It keeps us on our toes and focused on our assignment, our job, and what we're supposed to do. Guys don't want to be out there messing up and get screened that are called out on, but so it just kind of gets you to lock in and do your job.
I don't know if you've been matched up a ton with Marquise, but we were talking to him today, and he's so fast. When you see him run out on the field, what do you think?
Yeah, he's a burner. He's a fast guy, a guy that could take the top off defenses. So looking forward to going against him some more and just getting better.
About D-Hop, would he be a welcome addition addition to this team, and how good is he, and just what would he add if they bring him in?
Oh yeah, no question. I mean, you guys see the resume that D-Hop has in this league. He's a premier receiver, and I mean, we'll definitely welcome him with open arms if he were to come here. But yeah, so if he comes, cool. But we're gonna continue to take a day at a time and do what we're supposed to do, get better, and get ready for the season.
Denzel, Goodwin is like 33 years old.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw him on the field and the speed, did it surprise you at all? I know he was a former Olympian. Is it surprising at that age?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was 33. So for you to say that, yeah, he's fast still for that age. But yeah, he's a burner.
Good. All right.
Thank you.